Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see by the description, my video is going to be about your thoughts. Do they motivate you or do they discourage you? And I'm going to ask you to bear with me again. Every now and then I'm going to be checking in with my IG people until they get used to coming over to YouTube. So if you see me looking that way, that's why. But thank you to everyone who has come over from other platforms to watch me here and comment so that I can see your comments. This is something that I normally share only with my coaching clients, but I felt led today to share it with you guys so that you could benefit by the thing that completely and radically changed my life. Those of you who are still on Instagram, please go ahead and come over here and watch it on YouTube. This is going to be one that you're not going to want to miss. For those of you who are watching the replay, feel free to skip forward to about maybe 60 seconds in, and then we're going to get started. But for now, I'm going to make sure everybody gets settled over here because it is new for most of you who are used to watching me on Instagram. You got me on YouTube. All right, so I see people are starting to make their way over. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so let's get started. Let's talk about your thoughts. One of the things that I hear people say the most when it comes to them not being where they want to be in life, it's their thoughts. And it seems like such a simple thing. It seems like such a small thing to consider. Like, what's the big deal about your thoughts? But literally, it is the foundation for everything. Go with me for a moment and think about this in an exercise. Think about your favorite person, whether it be Oprah, maybe it is, what is the guy's name? The motivational speaker, Tony Robbins. Think about all these people who are incredible, right? Maybe Michelle Obama. And think about if there was a way that you could switch bodies. If they got inside of your body for a day, how different do you think that your day would be spent? The only difference between them and you, it's not your body, it's not your location, where you're located in the world, it's not your access to resources, it's their thoughts. Their thoughts are what empower them. Their thoughts are the difference between you and them. And some people have figured out how to use their thoughts to better their life, and other people are still stuck being held captive by their thoughts. Now, if you would like to be honest and share publicly, you can comment if your thoughts motivate you or if your thoughts discourage you. But know that if you comment discourage, you are not alone. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you're one of those people who are there, because that was me for the longest time. And I'll never forget the verse that I heard, and it said, "Take captive every thought." Now, I'd heard this verse so many times, and for some reason, during the height of my depression, it really stuck out. And I'm so glad that it did, because it was a game changer. And this is what I'm here to tell you: your thoughts are merely suggestions. Now, this sounds like a very simple thing that I'm saying, but this is huge. Really let that sink in. Your thoughts are simply suggestions. But you, the spirit, if you listen to my content a lot, you know that you are a spirit. You're not your skin and bones that are holding in your spirit or encasing your spirit. You're not even your feelings. Feelings are things that are created and they're elusive. You are a spirit, and thoughts are simply suggestions. Thank you for the like. By the way, let me know where you're watching from. I would love to shout you out. Thoughts are merely suggestions. Now, this is why this is a game changer. Because if thoughts are merely a suggestion, you can discriminate between them. Most people look at thoughts like freckles. Well, they're just a part of me. I have brown hair. I have full lips. That's just who I am. No, ma'am, no, sir. They are suggestions. And if you guys remember that movie, Vanilla Sky, I don't remember anything about the movie except that cool screen he had. It was like a monitor and it was 3D. He was able to move things around on the screen like this. You guys remember Tom Cruise's character? He could move things around on the screen. If you start to imagine in your mind's eye, thoughts are suggestions, You can then discriminate and choose the ones you want. So if I see two thoughts up here, one says, you suck, you'll never be anything in life. And the other thought is, you could be whatever you want to be. I'm getting rid of that one, keeping this one. I'm actually going to grab this one. I'm going to marinate on it. I'm going to meditate on it. I'm going to let it sink in. And you know what? I might even write it down so that my physical eyes can see it every day and force my brain to remember, forcing that thought back in my head so that I can meditate on it, marinate on it, think about it, and do the same thing. Now, guess what thought is permeating through my head? It's the thought I've chosen to think about. And this is a game changer. I still got some people on Instagram who haven't made the switch over, waiting for them to come over to YouTube. So if you think about this, you can do it in the reverse. If a thought comes into your head that is not serving you, let's say, for example, you're about to do something that you've never done before. It could be doing a video. Maybe you're scared to go on live. And you want to get on and you have something you're excited to share about, but instantly as you're about to hit that button, you start to feel a lump in your throat, your heart starts racing, and the thought comes in, what if I look dumb? Now, you can grab onto that thought, you can meditate on that thought, and if you do, I guarantee you it's going to have a physical reaction that manifests in your body. Your heart is going to race. Your tongue is going to feel like it's swelling up to this massive size. You're going to feel a lump in your throat. And you're going to feel so physically uncomfortable. You're probably going to say, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to hit that button. Because what if I do look dumb? What if the words don't come out? Or worse, what if nobody comes on this live stream? And suddenly these fears are taking over your body and you don't go live. This is just a small example of what happens for a lot of people. They don't discriminate between the thoughts, and whether the thought serves them or doesn't serve them, they grab it, hold it, marinate on it. And sometimes they will repeat it to themselves over and over and over again, thus making it truth for that person. It sinks into your spirit. It's kind of like carpet. You spill some grape juice on it, real dark colored grape juice. It's going to sink in and really take root. But if you quickly get to it and you dab it really, really good with a towel or a paper towel, you can get most of it out of there and you would never even know it was there. We have to be the same way with our thoughts. We have to act quickly. I love it. Hila, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. She says, we can't take our thoughts at face value. We have to question them. Yes. And that's why I like to say thoughts are suggestions. I talk a lot about Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I have a couple of clips that I have planned on sharing in the next couple of weeks. But he does some amazing conversations around his book, You Are the Placebo. And he talks about what happens in our mind. And our mind is like a computer program. And so if we keep telling our computer program, this is how we think, this is how we think, this is what we do, this is how we think, this is what we do, the brain will fight anything that takes us out of that gear. You guys remember bike riding? Okay. Those of you who had bikes, remember when you were in one gear and you wanted to shift into another gear, higher or lower? It was like, right? It was a little uncomfortable. It was a little bit awkward. It was a little jolting, switching gears, because you were already in one gear. You already had a flow going in that gear. And if you guys know about momentum and things like that, it's easier to keep going on the gear that you're in than to make a shift. But even though this is true, that it's easier is not always better. Because what if you're about to go downhill? You were on a gear that was enabling you to have a hard time pushing that pedal so you could get up that hill, but now it's necessary to shift into a different gear so that you can go downhill and actually feel like you have some control. So you don't let yourself overly concern yourself with that jolt going from one gear to the next, because you understand this other gear is necessary to do what I need to do. Does that make sense, you guys? Man, we got 70 y'all on Instagram still watching. Yeah. Y'all better come on over to YouTube. Come on, come on, come on. They take care of content creators on YouTube. So y'all come on over to Instagram or YouTube, please. All right. Here's the instructions. Grab the link in my bio. Okay. Yeah. So Instagram needs to start taking care of content creators so we could do this on all the platforms. But for now, YouTube, you're giving the most love. So YouTube, you're gonna get the, the live stream. So hey, creative mind. Thank you so much for joining me. So you guys, I don't want you to get hung up on the fact that your body is going, wait a minute, and your mind is going, wait a minute, this isn't the normal program. You just remind your body, don't worry, babe. I'm in control. Spirit is saying this. Don't worry, mind. Don't worry, body. Spirit is in control. I got this. We're trying to go to a different place. When I was in that gear, I just kept going in a circle. I wasn't changing. I wasn't growing. I wasn't developing. And I'm sick of that speed because it's not getting me anywhere. So, you know what? It's time to shift. So, get prepared ahead of time. Understand it's going to be jolting. Understand it's going to take time to develop this, but know that it is incredible. So, the very first thing that you have to do is you got to get focused. This is why meditation is so good, because meditation simply is just quieting out everything else and allowing you to focus on that one sense that you can't hear with your ears, you can't see with your eyes, you can't smell with your nose, you can't speak from it audibly, and you can't touch it with your hands. So, what better way to do it than to shut all those things down? That's why people close their eyes. You're not distracted by what you see. That's why a lot of people play meditative music so that they can drown out the noise. It's kind of like a white noise. That's why they're still, so that we're not thinking about things. And you go in a place that's not necessarily cozy. I would never meditate on my cozy couch because it's so cozy I might fall into sleep. I'm going to sit still on the floor with my eyes closed, drowning out the noise, sitting still, and I'm going to imagine what my world is going to look like. I did this a while ago, and I imagined myself being a content creator. Ah, you see what I did there? Content creator. I closed my eyes and I imagined myself as a YouTuber who was monetized. Ah, here I am. I imagine myself as a motivational speaker, speaking life into people in person. Ah, here I am. I imagine myself coaching people. I imagine myself creating courses. Up, here I am. I have other dreams that I will not say to you because that's for my own personal self. But I have two other things that I have envisioned that are in the process of coming true. The reason why? Because I started first with the imagination. I dared to dream. I dared to imagine what I want. And then I began to police my thoughts. If I am a content creator in my mind's eye, current state, I am a content creator in my mind's eye, then any thought that doesn't align with that is going to be rejected. What if you don't know what you're doing, Yancy? You don't have experience being a content creator. Well, it doesn't serve me. That doesn't serve me. Or maybe it partially serves me. You know what? I reject the fear. It's not going to debilitate me, but I'm going to extract what I need. You're right. I don't have experience being a content creator. So you know what? Why don't I get educated? There are so many people with free resources, even if I don't have the money to learn. Resources all around. So now, you know what? I'm going to imagine myself learning about content creation so that I can do it. Why reinvent the wheel if someone's out there willing to share what they've done? Okay. Oh, now when I'm scrolling Instagram, instead of just looking at funny stuff, now I'm following content creators who teach how to do it. Y'all, this is not rocket science, but most people aren't taught this. It's not rocket science, but if you don't even hear it, you won't know it. So now my day is being filled with content creators. And guess what that's doing? It's sparking creativity. Ooh, sparking creativity, sparking creativity. And in my case, guess what happens? Somebody reaches out to me. You know what? I think you'd be an incredible content creator. I think that you have the opportunity and the skills to be an influencer. Can I work with you? Of course. Hey, I want to use you as a case study because I see something in you that I think would be great. Of course. Now, suddenly opportunities are falling in your lap and you're going, nah, this is too good to be true. What's going on? But then it starts happening so much that you realize, wait a minute, there's something to it. Why? Because now your mind is open to that thing that you're focusing on. You're focusing on it so much, you start to notice it. You ever looked at a car that you really wanted to get and you're like, you know what? I like that car, but I want to get that cool blue color because I don't see a lot of that particular car with that cool blue color. And now that you start to think about that car, now you see that cool blue color in that exact car everywhere. I saw it over there, saw it over there. Dang. And then you wonder, did I never see it before? Or was I never concentrating on it before? Therefore, it didn't stand out. Do you know how many things are begging for your attention every single day? Do you know the capability we have in our minds to think about so many things? If we don't discriminate, our mind will discriminate for us. I don't think this is necessary, so we'll tune that out. I don't think that's necessary. We'll tune that out. You ever been talking to somebody and all of a sudden it just glazed over and you're like, "Oh, I wonder what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight." They're still talking, but you missed everything they said because you were focused on something else. There are still people who have not come over to YouTube. Y'all come on over to YouTube. Come on over. The water's warm. Come on over, guys. Come on over to YouTube, please. YouTube takes care of content creators, and this is my full-time job. So for you, it's just a platform. For me, it makes a big difference. So thank you. Uh, Miss Jones says, I have trained myself to realize and accept my thoughts, but also challenge them with positivity and apply the knowledge I have from within. Yes, girl. I love the way you phrase that. Yes, yes, yes. So I don't want anyone else being mindless throughout the day. Oh, my alarm went off. Oh, I'm going to roll out of bed. Oh, I'm going to go to work. Oh, I'm going to eat lunch. Oh, I'm going to go home. Oh, I'm going to scroll on social media. Oh, I'm going to go to bed. That is mindless. Are you in the driver's seat? No, sir. No, ma'am. You are in the passenger seat. Where are we going? Okay. This is where this we're on this. Okay. All right. Boop, doop, doop, doop. And you are mindless. So many people look at me and think that I have some miraculous gift or, I'm just so exceptional. You are an exception. No, I'm not. I mean, I think I'm exceptional, but I'm not exceptional in what is given to me. I don't live in an exceptional city. I don't have access to exceptional oxygen. I don't have access to an exceptional brain, meaning it's out of the ordinary. I don't have, friends in high places that I've called upon. I didn't grow up with a trust fund. Okay. I grew up wearing hand me downs. We went to consignment shops. We had name brand cereal. I don't have superpowers. What I did have is access to information, which I tapped into. And I have a God who loves me and communicates with me. And the more I surrender to being still, being quiet, and listening, the more I learn. And then the more I learn, the more I see it works. And then who doesn't get addicted? I want more of this. I want more of this. I want more of this. Just today, I said, I want to do a video. I don't know what I want to talk about. So I sat and meditated just briefly. I said, Lord, please give me something that's going to benefit people. And he said, go ahead and speak about the stuff you talk about with your coaching clients. And I'm like, well, I usually charge for this stuff, but it's okay. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about anything. I got you. We don't live in fear anymore when we become awake. We don't live in fear anymore when we are connected to the source of all. The source is God. That is Jehovah Jireh. He is my provider. But I digress. Thoughts are so, so, so important. Thoughts become things. You think about this, right? This is my AirPod case. And we'll just have this represent the AirPods because obviously I'm wearing them. Somebody had to think about a device that could be wireless and use Bluetooth technology that could work with Apple products. Somebody had to think about that. And then they had to think about and envision a case that these AirPods could go into that would charge. They just had to think. That's it. Everything around you, this frame, someone thought about it. They said, you know what? You know, it'd be a cool piece of artwork for the wall if I just made a frame out of wire and then maybe paint it gold. They had to envision it in their thought first, then they learned the skill and they created it. That's all it is. So I want everyone who watches this video to never again look at someone like Rihanna, look at someone like Michelle Obama, look at someone like insert person you look up to, and never again think that there is anything different between you and them, because there's not. They simply thought something, allowed themselves to believe that that's what they were, and then they opened their eyes to see the path to get there. And you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have steps 1 through 10 laid out. Well, I want to do this, Yancy, but I don't know the path. It doesn't matter. You just have to do one step at a time. And if you're still on the step of visualizing it, then that's it. That's where you are. You just visualize it. Don't stress yourself out. Just visualize it. Like I said, write it down. I have my whole list up. I have these huge index cards: podcaster, motivational speaker, author, YouTuber. All of them, every single one of them have come true. I even put voiceover artist on there. Boom, I got a voiceover gig. You just write it down. And if you really want to be dope, go to the source, go to God and say, God, please give me wisdom. Please give me wisdom. I really want to do this. If you're a mama who wants to stay home with your kids, Lord, give me wisdom on how I can work from home. Give me wisdom on how I can generate money or have access to money. Don't limit yourself. How to have access to money so I can be with my kids, because that's my heart's desire. Or maybe you're a guy who's a provider. Lord, my job is stressful. It's backbreaking. Lord, give me a job that I have more joy in. Please give me wisdom so that I can find a job that I have more joy in. Or Lord, give me wisdom on how to bring in increased income without so much stress and struggle. Open your mouth and ask. You are children of the Most High God. If you have recognized him as your father, you can get access. So, but don't look at him like a genie in a bottle to give you all your wishes. Understand that when you connect to him, mind blowing. It's kind of the difference between being a gold digger who just uses men for money and somebody who understands the power of a relationship. I would never want a guy in my life who just opens his wallet to me. I want a guy who loves on me and dotes on me and gives me words of affirmation and encourages me and wraps his arms around me, helps me to create and become the best version of myself. That's what it's like with Jehovah. You get close to him, you spend time with him every morning when you first wake up, because that says, hey, you're the priority of my life. Before anything else, before I scroll online, before I do anything, let me connect with you. You have a special plan for me. I know it. You have a very special plan that's just for me, and I will be so quiet that I can hear it. And it takes practice to be able to hear, because when you first sit down, you're going to be thinking about, oh, this floor is not that comfortable. Okay, wait, what am I supposed to be doing again? What time is the game? I wonder if anyone's posted online. And your brain, because like a little kid needs to be disciplined, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to get used to it. But when you start to remind yourself why you're here, I'm being still and I'm teaching my body how to listen to the commands of me, because I'm spirit. Not my aching back, that's not in the command seat. Not my brain that wants to think about the things we normally think about, but me, spirit. I am in control. And I am telling my body to sit down and chill out for 10 minutes so that I can connect my spirit to his divine, all knowing spirit. And that is exciting. And when you start to get into that place and you start to read your Bible and understand what is out there for you, oh man. I see you watching on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube. We're having so much fun on YouTube. Okay, guys, I'm wrapping this up because I've got a call in 5 minutes. But drop your city and state really quick so I can see where you're watching from, or if you're from another country, drop it really, really quick. Thank you guys for adapting. Oh my God. Those of you who've been with me for like 7 years, you know I have tried so many different things and, you know, explored and switched it up and whatever. And you guys just keep rolling with me. Even the guys. I had all the guys and I wanted to get more women, and you guys just hung out with me while I just did nothing but content for women. Y'all still stuck around. I appreciate you. I promise you, I'm going somewhere big and I'm taking all of y'all with me. I love you guys so much. I cannot wait until the Lord gives me the resources to be able to meet with you in person because that's coming. Chicago, Tampa, nice, nice, nice. It's energizing when you get that feeling. Y'all, oh, Moscow, that's what's up. Our generation, you guys, our generation is waking up to the spirit realm. All this new age stuff people are talking about and chakras and karma, it's just opened the gate for people to really get the real answers. So many people are fed up. They don't want to be like their parents' generation that was just chasing money. They've started to wake up and realize that their spirit man is more important. The spirit man needs to feel love. The spirit man needs to feel joy. That spirit man needs to feel peace. And most of us are realizing that that's the stuff that's valuable. Nashville, shout out to you, Nashville. We want to raise babies that feel loved. We want to raise babies who feel safe. We want to raise babies who know boundaries and are not living their lives out of fear. So many of us don't want to rule with an iron fist. We want to rule with love. So many of us are ready to get out of cubicles and stop running the rat race, and we're ready to be bosses with authority who have passive income. Okay? So my tribe, we getting a little army together. It's going to be an army of love. Thank you, Charles. So thank you to everybody who dropped their city and state or country. What would you say? So Moscow, Russia, Moscow, I don't want to sound ignorant, but Moscow is the city, right? City within the country? Or is Moscow considered a state? Don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. Okay. I feel like one of those people on Jay Leno when they like interview them and they're like, oh God, why did she say that? But give me grace. Give me grace. Okay. So somebody tell me what Moscow is considered. Is that state? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, y'all, this is the sign that I need to sign off. I love you guys. And until next time, please, please, please tell someone that you love them and share this video, you guys. Share this video. Okay. Talk to you later.